the coppers are like, coppers are like $200.
Well, this is less than ideal as far as
The light, they're like
the lighting goes. But
But they have levels.
it's not too terrible. Hey all. Are we live? No, we're not live yet. Hey! How's it going, Show Me Sasquatch?
I tried many times to get it up there.
I hope you're doing well. Are you like, well, tell me whatever you like about yourself and your situation. I hope you're doing well. Let me say that. I still doing the chaga, although it's getting scarce. I've collected most of what's on my land, and so I can't afford it to purchase it, so I just have to find it as it goes. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say they're bad for me. They're just messed up. It's like I'm not worried. Hey, how's it going, Snapface? I'm not really worried about these charges. They're absurd. I mean, I don't know if you watched the video of my two charges video that I made recently, but I mean, just look at them side by side. It's absolutely absurd. I'm not really worried about them per se. I mean, there's always the chance, you never know how a jury's going to rule and all. Forgive me, by the way, for eating, having breakfast here at co-op. And, so I'm a bit worried about it. Of course, it's stressful, but ultimately they're BS charges, so I'm kind of not too worried in a way. It's just stressful, nonetheless. FTP indeed. Thank you. Where's the Angel? What? I mean, holy crap. So, but anyway, what this? Excuse me. Sorry. What this is about, what this live stream is for, I suppose, why I did this live stream, is because, I got these two criminal charges pending, brought by the DA's office here in Waldo County. And they're absurd, as I just said. But I wanted to represent myself. Very clear about it from the get-go. I want legal counsel, which is an option here in Maine. It's written into the Constitution. Excuse me. And so that's what I wanted to do. I was very clear about it from the beginning. But they nonetheless, they have appointed me an attorney, this Jeff Toothaker guy, and he won't talk to me. Didn't show up at court the other day. And yeah, so, and I don't have a phone, I can't call him. So this is like a telephone, I guess, of sorts, where I'm hoping somebody out there with a phone will give this guy a call and just say that, maybe as I am his client and he's representing me and preventing me as my representative from representing myself, and he doesn't show up at court and he won't talk to me, that probably he should either withdraw or talk to me at least, one of the two would be good, but he's not doing either. And so, yeah, public pretender, indeed. Yes, the lawyer was ignoring me. So I don't know, if you could just give him a call. I don't know what your situation is, anybody's situation is vis-a-vis, for me, here in Maine, if I had a phone plan of any sort, I could call this person toll free. I don't have such a phone plan. I got a little holiday money, and managed to buy a phone card, but my phones are so old at this point that they won't work anymore. They're not supported by phone, by track phone anymore. So, yeah, so I can call a guy. I may spring for a new phone. They're pretty cheap, you know, if you buy a cheap one. But I don't know. Right now, my situation is this guy won't talk to me. He won't contact me. He didn't show up at court the other day. And he's representing me, so I can't represent myself. I can't subpoena people. I can't introduce motions. My hands are tied legally. And yet this guy won't talk to me. I've written him a letter. He won't, nothing. You know, so I'm like in this limbo where I can't do anything. And I'm pretty soon I'm going to go demand, I may even do it today, depending on whether I feel like walking up over the hill to the DA's office. They don't have a right to do this to me. They can't just take away my right to represent myself against my will and say, no, this guy's going to represent you. And then this guy doesn't talk to me or doesn't show up at court. No, you know, I don't think it's going to fly in light of, especially in light of this ACLU, suit that's ongoing against the state. But yeah, if anybody wants to give this MF a call and just say what the F is going on, mention my name, maybe, I would really super appreciate it. And if you could report back in chat, like just like, I called and got no answer. I called, left a message. I would super appreciate it. Let's see. Where are we at here? Tony Edward, dude, from pleading poverty to eating in a restaurant, your credibility is in question. Dude, SNAP benefits pay for, this is cold food, cold produce, whatever. Come on. I don't care, dude. Go away. You're stupid. You're stupid. How about you check out the my 2 charges video and see about my credibility there? Huh? All you trolls, you seem to be ignoring the fact that, well, just look at that 2 charges video and look at the egregious, unavoidable, absolutely undeniable discrimination going on there, and you come back and you talk to me and we'll have a conversation. But you won't do that. What you'll just do is keep trolling. Not sure what you retracted there. Show me satisfaction, but feel free to speak freely. You know? Yeah, I know. It's you know what I'm going to do at some point, in fact, maybe today, like I think I just mentioned, is I'm just going to assert my rights. They really can't. I mean, it's absurd. Think about this. You know, they charge me with 2 crimes. The state, right? The state charges me with these 2 crimes. And I say, okay, fine. Super cool. You want to play this game again? You want to go around again? Super cool. I guess we're going to do that. Whatever. I don't have a choice in the matter. And then the same state, effectively, I mean, essentially, appoints me an attorney who is an agent of the state at that point, right? This is the state arrayed against me. State actors arrayed against me. You know, you can say the judge is impartial and badooble. Not really. Not entirely. He's beholden. to the state and nothing else. And so they appoint me. They charge me with these crimes, and then I say, okay, fine, whatever. You know, and we played this game a bunch of times. I'm sick of your crap. I'm going to represent myself this time. And they say, okay, cool, I guess so. And then they decide, against my will, no, you're not going to represent yourself after all. We're going to appoint you this guy who's going to be your representative. Despite what it says in Maine Constitution, and I suppose the implicit, what it says implicitly in the US Constitution, and they just take that away from me, and say, no, we're going to have this guy represent you, but this guy, this attorney, this Jeffrey Toothaker of Ellsworth, Maine, won't communicate with me. And I had a court appointment the other day, and I informed him of it, and he didn't show up, or something. Something went wrong. I was just told to leave after spending an entire day trying to find out what the hell was going on. And they don't have a right. They can't just do that, I'm afraid. And so I'm going to assert my rights to the contrary. You know, no, I'm sorry. You can't. You just can't take away my right to represent myself against my will, and then just have this guy not represent me and like railroad me into whatever you're trying to do here. It's not going to fly, especially in light again of this ACLU site lawsuit. It's I don't know. This is a new low, and it's happening despite this ACLU suit. And I think I don't know who said it. I forget. It was, I don't know, like Disraeli or Winston Churchill or one of those famous British prime ministers said, never attribute to deviousness what could as easily be accounted for by incompetence. Which, in other words, it might look like these actors are arrayed against you and they're all working together and there's this like plot that you're paranoid about, but no, what's really happening is you got a bunch of fucking idiots that got elected or appointed or whatever, and they're just stumbling around and acting, you know, at similar, they all hate your guts. And so it looks like they are arrayed against you in some sort of devious scheme. But in actuality, it's just a bunch of tards who can get their act together, and they just jump at you all at once in their various stupid ways. And it looks like a plot, but it's not. It's just a bunch of idiots. And that's what's happening. My guess is, I don't think this is any kind of, you know, concerted effort because they're just not that smart. D.A. Entwistle is a stupid man. He's not very bright. An AI can pass the bar exam at a 90 percentile, at 90 percentile or something like that. It's lawyers aren't practicing law is not rocket science. And I can tell you that as somebody who used to know rocket science. I have a degree in mathematics. Graduated summa cum laude. I know some physics. I actually know I could do rocket science. I can't do it now because it's a language. If it's like you don't practice it, it goes away, kind of. But law is not rocket science. It's really not. I mean, there's some abstruse, obscure, weird stuff that you got to study, and but it's not rocket science. And I know this because I studied. Wow, how long? My whole life until I was, like 23 years or 24 years before I could practice rocket science. It's not like that with law. This is not. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not great. But my point is, I don't know what my point is. They're fucked, is my point. Look at my friends. Anybody? All right. Excuse me. Looks like a real high-end restaurant. Well, yeah. It's the co-op, the Belvast Cooperative. It is actually a little pricey, but that's because they have extremely high quality food, not because, I mean, some stuff is cheap. It's cheaper than the supermarket. It depends. Right now, to be honest, I'm eating some brie and brown rice sesame crackers, which is on the expensive end. But, God damn it, I deserve it. It's a nice place. I'll put it that way. High end in some ways, for sure. Good. You're here, still here, Tony Edwards. Super cool. Well, just the name, Show Me Sasquatch. If you want to call him, just if anybody could just call him. And if you could call him and just say that I'm his client, and he should talk to me. That's all I want, really. His name is did I put it in the description and title? I think I did. But let me get it and I'll read it again just in case. Bear with me. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. His name is Jeffrey Toothaker. Jeffrey Toothaker. P.O. Box 1084 Ellsworth, Maine. Telephone 207-667-6755. So yeah, that would be great. I don't know what's going on, but the guy won't talk to me. And like I said earlier, I don't have a working phone, so yeah, I would appreciate it. Let's see where, I'm sorry, the sun is moving here on me. With your intellect, why are you begging? Staff pledge, please explain. With my intellect, why are you begging? You're saying, okay, so I was saying that I have a degree in mathematics, why am I begging? Dude, figure it out. Come on, Jesus, fuck you. Yeah, who is begging? Exactly. I'm just asking, can people call? And if you want to support me on PayPal or whatever, I don't care. But yeah, the narrator, are you ill-informed? The narrator, are you ill? Tony Edwards, you don't really make a lot of sense, dude. Much blushing. Yeah, exactly, Snap Face. What is he talking about? Yep, what are staff privileges? Oh, forget my last name. I'm sorry. It's asked question. Sean Floyd is my name. I'm sorry, dude. I never got your last name. I know your first name. I won't say it, but which is a case, but I don't think I ever got your last name. One of these days, dude. I mean, we've known each other for a couple of years online. It'd be cool if we did. If we're ever in the same area, have a beer or something, whatever. But yeah, Sean Floyd, and the number is in there. Notice the ignoring of my question about staff. Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Staff privilege. What is your question? You didn't ask a question. You just said staff privileges explain. That's not really a question. It's a statement, sort of, with a question mark at the end. Staff privileges explain. How about you elaborate, and I'll answer your stupid question. And I guarantee it's going to be stupid, but whatever. Go for it. Yep, that is basically snap face. That's all I want. I mean, actually, I don't even want him to represent me. I don't want to be his client per se. But since I am now, I at least want him to talk to me, and so we can figure it, resolve it, because the court won't resolve it with me. DA's office won't talk to me until I resolve it, or so they say. And go demand otherwise, probably. But okay, so Tony Edwards says staff privileges at your onset of this stream. That makes no sense, dude. I'm sorry. Please elaborate. Staff privileges at your onset of this stream. Is it? What the fuck does that mean, dude? That doesn't mean anything. He didn't answer. Oh, well, thank you very much. And as long as you said my name, at least he knows, I really appreciate it. Show me Sasquatch. I really do. Yeah. Even if one message gets through, I mean, he has gotten a letter from me. He's presumably gotten word from the court. Oh, and I'm getting an update from Adobe Flash Player, which I don't want to deal with right now, but okay, yeah, go away. All right, there we are. Tony has rewind your introduction. Show me Sasquatch says, why didn't you show up at court? Yeah, you mean for regarding my unwillingly appointed attorney? Yeah, that's a good question. That I mean, this is kind of what they're supposed to do, right? Show up at court at the least. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. In my experience, they don't talk to you. Actually, they do show up at court though, at the very least. Talk to you there for about 2 seconds before you see the judge, and then that's what they do. Which amounts to not much, basically. So, Tony Edwards, I guess you can ask your question here. I'm gonna kind of wrap stuff up. Okay, so Tony Edwards said you are eating free stuff meal at your place of employment. You're eating a free staff meal at your place. That's a statement, and it's incorrect. I don't work here. I applied about 4 times. They won't hire me because no place in Belfast will hire me because I protested against a business in Waldo County about 6 years ago. And you can protest against Trump or you can protest against whatever. Salmon farm that wants to move into town. You can protest against stuff like that, and you're kosher here. You're all good. I won't fuck you up. But if you protest against the local business, the law, the local sheriff's department, DA, or if you're in Belfast, the BPD, they will do every fucking thing they can to fuck up your life in every way they fucking can, no matter what, despite the law, against the law, in violation of the law. And so I can't get a job here. They won't hire me. I eat here because the federal government is kind enough, well, the I guess federal and state government of the state of Maine government is kind enough to provide me with assistance through the SNAP program for food. So I'm eating courtesy of the federal and state governments and SNAP benefits. So that answers your stupid question, Tony Edwards. Got any others? Probably not. Because you're stupid and ignorant. Yes, exactly. I agree. Yes, that's what you said. You agree. You're stupid and ignorant, and you typed yes, Tony Edwards. Now, you know what? You're going to be banned forever, and you will never get to say another motherfucking word here. That was it. Yes. You are a stupid cunt. Fuck off. Moving on. Snapface says, why? I'm not sure what that is in reference to, Snapface, but thank you for asking it. And yeah. LOL, indeed. Thank you. Hey, old bud, how's it going? I haven't seen you for a bit. There's a YouTube video about Toothaker from 10 months ago that talks about, oh, no kidding. See, I saw some good, when I was trying to find his online, trying to find an email address for him online or something, some way to contact him. Well, his Yelp reviews and the like are pretty good, but there were a few bad ones, so it was mixed. Maybe it's the paying clients that get the good treatment, and us impoverished folks not so much. Yes, I agree. Nice, Snapface, nice old broad, nice one. The food air, okay, now I'm a little bit confused, but it's all good, Snapface. It's all good. Lawyer has Esquire at the end of his name. Yeah, that's me for sure. Yeah, maybe, sadly so. But again, all I need is answers. I'm done with these stupid court-appointed attorneys who don't do it. I just want to be able to represent myself, but I have a few questions, like, just specific questions. Like, it seems, as far as I can tell, that from reading the Maine rules of criminal procedure, that it's not really possible to get a dismissal hearing in Maine outside of, unless you're charged. Wow, that sun is really right. Unless you're charged with a felony and your speedy trial, your right to a speedy trial is maybe being infringed upon, then you can apply for a dismissal hearing. But I just want, I have specific questions like, is that possible in a misdemeanor hearing, even though it doesn't say so in the main rules of civil or criminal procedure, stuff like that. Specific questions. I just need answered. I can. These charges are absurd. They're not. And if you read the statutes, what is the purpose? One more thing here. What is the purpose of statutory law? Why do we have statutes? What the is the purpose of that anyway? Why do we write them down? Well, the reason for that is so that your average Joe or whatever, who's not a king or a priestly, of the priestly class or a scribe or whatever back in the day, can understand. Here's the law. If you do this, this is the consequence. If you knowingly accost someone with offensive words in such a way that it makes them want to fight you, okay, that's what, point I'm trying to make is, if you read the statutes, vis-a-vis these charges they're throwing at me, it's absurd. They don't match up. There's no, especially in the case of it's just beyond the purview of the court. It doesn't, the disorderly conduct, where they're saying that because I use four-letter offensive words, that constitutes disorderly conduct. It's just, that's not even in the purview of the Waldo County Court. You know, that wrong. Sorry. I don't need an attorney to explain this to a judge. All I need is an attorney who's not my representative and consequently will get out of my way so that I can explain it to a judge. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that is what I'm going to do. And screw them. You know, they don't have the right. They cannot do this. They can't just say, nope, sorry, we're going to appoint this guy to represent you, and this guy doesn't talk to you, doesn't show up at court. Sorry, he's your representative. I never signed off on that. I don't abide by it. I don't consent to it. And I'm gonna tell people that. And pretty soon I'm gonna start issuing subpoenas. And they are not gonna like that. Because I tell you what, when I tried the FOIA request, some of the same stuff I'm gonna subpoena from BPD, for example, I am pretty sure. I'm not even worried about like being sued here. They forged documents. I am sure to the point where I am not worried about being sued for defamation for saying that they forged documents. It took 4 months to comply with FOIAs. What I got was craziness. I'm quite sure they forged, which is like a serious crime. I mean, I'm not talking about just not complying with FOIA requests. I'm talking about going back and taking the time and rewriting and like falsifying information and that kind of thing. I have very good evidence that Belfast Police Department did that in order to cover up what they did to me, basically. And yeah, I just need them to get out of my way. I can represent myself. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you very much all for listening. Let me just real quick. Show me sessions. 11 rant videos. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch those. I probably should have not due diligence on my part, but yeah, I'll have to check those out. I checked them out online and I don't know, lawyer.com and whatever, but I didn't look at YouTube. I didn't think to, anyway, thank you. Good to know. Okay, he's a bad lawyer. Also good to know. He's not my lawyer. Well, no, he's my lawyer, but he's not my attorney. The distinction being lawyers are somebody who practices law. Attorneys are somebody who represent other people. I'm a lawyer. I'm not an attorney, but I'm a lawyer. Jailhouse lawyer. And Snapface says, oh, wow, I think so. I have very good evidence, but that's a story for another day. For now, I got to go. Thank you all very much. I may be back later, I don't know, with a visit to the VA or the courthouse or something. Oh, I can't film that one. But thank you all very much. Peace and good luck to you as well. Show me Sasquatch. And later, and I will enjoy lunch eventually, Snapface. Thank you. And thank you all for being here and everybody else in future. And if you still want to call my lawyer, the more calls he gets, probably the better. I don't know. Anyway, thanks. Peace. Keep fighting. And the fucking snake lawyers apparently too, huh? They don't do nothing.